Hi kids, welcome to today's video. Slight change of plan here. If you're watching this on the scheduled Saturday, as it's supposed to be, I'm not here. I'm currently somewhere that's else, doing some work that I promised to do for a friend of mine. So it's nothing exciting or anything like that, but I can't sit down and do a video in time. I was thinking of doing a live, but being away on Saturday and possibly Sunday means I can't even do that. I can't even do a live. So what I thought I'd do is I was looking through my extremely messy file collection on various hard drives, and I came across a bunch of backups from my YouTube channel dating back to about 2018. I've picked up, because this is a sci-fi channel nowadays, I've picked up two videos that I did around 2018, 2019 that are sci-fi based. One is about the film 2001: A Space Odyssey, still one of my favorite all-time sci-fi movies. And another one is a quick list of 10 rare sci-fi facts about the film Star Wars. Now, I will say apologies for the grainy, what do you call it, picture quality, because it was shot on, what did I shoot it on? It was like a mini Samsung Galaxy, a little white one or something I had back in the day, and I think it was like a, goodness me, I want to say 720p, but I think it might have been less. It might have been like 480 or something silly. But it sounds okay on it. And I thought, well, because a lot of these backed up videos are no longer on my channel, I mean, what I'm saying in them is still valid and still decent. So instead of just trying to sit down and re-record it again, I'll present them here as a little retrospective and a little bit of entertainment for you. I shall probably be back on Tuesday, but for now, enjoy. Let's watch some videos of me when I was younger and had slightly less brain cells. Let's go. Whether you know or not, I'm massively into sci-fi. Okay, you knew that bit. But whether you also know or not, this year is the 50th anniversary of Stanley Kubrick's film 2001: A Space Odyssey, known in America as 2001: A Space Odyssey. But apparently Stanley Kubrick, who himself was an American, said you should say 2001. Anyway, nitpicking aside, I'm going to talk a little bit about it because it's one of my favourite films and it's wildly misunderstood, with good reason. And I'm actually going to see it in 2 days' time. I'm shooting this on the Saturday, and I'm going to go seeing it on Monday in the cinema for the first time in my life. It's always been on TV now and again, and it's not a majorly popular film for TV and stuff because it's such a complex film, story, masterpiece, whatever you want to call it. There's no doubt that Stanley Kubrick himself was a master at his craft. There's all sorts of stories about him being a massive perfectionist and very, very obsessed with fine details and composition and score and all these sorts of things, being hard to work with. And other people said he's been great to work with. His last film, his last film, was AI, which was a film he was working on for a long time, over 10 years. And then he handed it over to Steven Spielberg to finish off. And then he died. Before that, his last film that he directed was Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, which was a bit bizarre, a bit weird. And the thing about Stanley Kubrick is he never did the same thing twice. He always did a film in a different genre. He did comedies like Dr. Strangelove. He did The Shining, you know, which was obviously a massive classic. What it was, 2001 was his space movie. And when it was shot, what you've got to remember about 2001 is it was shot in 1967. It was developed all the way from 65 onwards. And he wanted to make a film that changed, in his words, changed the form. Basically did something completely different. Up until then, there were no serious sci-fi movies. Mostly it was invasions from outer space and Attack of the Martians and all this kind of stuff. And he wanted to do something that was more accurate to science, such as NASA's space program, which hadn't even really taken off at that point. It was still a good, I don't know, 1968 it came out, about 6 months, 8 months before someone got to the moon. Just as a little aside, if you don't believe anyone got to the moon or left the Earth's orbit, tune off now. I can't stand you people. You're idiots, and you're putting scientific progress back 100 years. Anyway, I have been preparing quite a lot to see this film again on Monday. I've not watched it. I basically went on YouTube and watched hundreds and hundreds of people's essays and analysis videos to basically find out what other people think of it, what it means. I do have the DVD, which I bought ages ago, which is a great 2-discer. I've even got the sequel, which came out in 1984, called 2010, The Year We Make Contact, and that stars Roy Scheider from Jaws. And I've bought the classic Cinefex magazine, issue 85, which has got a big 10 or 20 page feature on 2001. So, if you've never seen the film, and you're thinking about, well, what is this? Why is it such a masterpiece? What's all this stuff? There's a couple of things you need to know. It's a very, very long film. Okay? So that might put you off. It's also a film with almost no story. It's not so much a film, it's more a piece of art that you sit and subject yourself to. You know how you go to an art gallery and everyone stands and goes, what does the Prince think? What does that say to me? And you come up with your own ideas. Then you ask your friend and they've got their ideas, etc. That's kind of what 2001 is like. What I want to do now is disappear for 2 days, come back and do the second half of the video after watching 2001 A Space Odyssey in the cinema for the first time. And I'll tell you a bit more about the film then and give you my reactions on what I thought the film was like for watching it in the cinema for the first time. It's fantastic. If you get a chance, go out and watch it. It may be coming to a town near you. I know it's sort of travelling around the UK because of the 50th anniversary. If not, go and watch it on DVD. If you're anything like me and you like your science fiction, you'll know about the film anyway. Go and watch it on a much bigger telly and just turn the lights out and just absorb it. You don't have to understand it. You just let it wash over you and it'll be fun. Anyway, that's the first half. I will be back in 2 days' time, preferably wearing a different t-shirt, to tell you about the experience of it. Okay? Bye-bye.
Too little short for a stormtrooper.
Oh, the uniform. I'm Terry on Tuesday. Hello, darlings. Let's do some Star Wars facts.
Number 10. Only 3 women appear in the original trilogy. That's Princess Leia, Aunt Beru, and Mon Mothma. There was a 4th, the character of Cammy, but she was cut out. Number 9. George Lucas didn't think the film would be a hit at all, so instead of going to the premiere, him and Steven Spielberg went off to Hawaii for a holiday. Number 8. Mark Hamill auditioned for the Luke Skywalker role after being given a hint by his flatmate, actor Robert Englund from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 7. The writing on Darth Vader's chest box is Hebrew. It means,
"His deeds will not be forgiven until he merits."
Number 6. The budget for A New Hope was a whacking $11 million. The special effects budget came to $5 million alone. Number 5. In A New Hope, Darth Vader only gets 12 minutes of screen time in a film that runs at 121 minutes. Ah well, less is more, I guess. Number 4. The planet that Luke Skywalker lives on is called Tatooine, but nobody ever says it in the entire film. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Number 3. The word Ewok is never said in Return of the Jedi or in fact any of the Star Wars movies. Personally, I think they're actually called Little Furry Gits. Number 2. Though some grey Jedi appear in books and some video games, they're not actually canon. Pablo Hidalgo from the Lucasfilm Story Group describes them as more of a fan thing. Sorry. And number 1. Contrary to popular belief, stormtroopers are very good shots. The only reason they don't hit their target is 1. If they killed the heroes, there'd be no film, and 2. Tarkin asked them to miss in order to let them escape because he'd placed a homing beacon on the Millennium Falcon. That's your lot. See you next time. Well, there you have it. Hope you found that interesting. As I say, I'm not around this weekend. I'm running around like the proverbial headless chicken. And I shall be back on Tuesday with probably, because it's about time, I did another 4 episodes of Babylon 5, which will be the final 4 episodes of season 2. Or is it the final one? I can't quite remember. Anyway, it'll be Babylon 5 on Tuesday, most probably. And I'll see you then. Take care now. Bye-bye then. Computer, close doors.